Oh shit!
Yo,
What
that
is
intro
going
always gets me
on?
hyped. Oh, did you freeze?
What is going on? Are we freezing? We're lagging already. What's going on? Are
no.
we good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are we good? We're good now. All right. Fuck it. We doing it live. We gonna keep rocking and rolling.
Keep forward.
Keep forward. What is going on? My brother from another mother.
Doing
That's
well,
right.
man.
Matt Merritt in the house from Keep Forward Productions. That's right. Filmmaker, director, hanging out with Phat Samurai Guy today in the movie Dojo. That's right. We had to get the intro going. We got to pump everybody up. Get pumped. We're talking about Spiritwalker today. And
uh-oh, you froze again. Is it me?
Back, my friend.
I think you froze again.
Let me know when we're back on live.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. I hope it's not me.
No, it happens.
It's YouTube.
It's YouTube-y. I mean, who knows? Who knows what it is? It could be StreamYard screwing up. It's all good, man.
Cool.
But yeah, we're talking about Spiritwalker today. It's going to be non-spoilers. So this is going to be, usually when I review movies like this with a guest, we just go into spoiler talk.
Yeah.
Did that with this because this is going to be ridiculously hard to review without spoiling anything. So this might be a short video today, guys. Everybody watching. But we're here to have fun and talk about movies. Who do we got in the house? We got Certified Badass channel member AJ Mason hanging out with us today. Oh, shit. We got Todd Johnson. What is going on? He says, what's up, Phat Samurai Guy? Dope intro. Happy Mother's Day, brother. Well, happy Mother's Day to you. That's right. Let's go ahead and get these banners up. And we'll go ahead and jump right in to now you didn't know about Spiritwalker, right? I told you about it.
No, you told me about it. I saw the trailer and I didn't even finish the trailer because I was like, this looks so different. I want to go on completely fresh.
Yeah, there was something about it, man. Like the action looked cool, and the premise was very different. It's very different. So let's do the best we can without spoiling it, and then we'll give our thoughts. We'll talk about what we liked and what we didn't like, and then we will rate it at the end. We'll have some fun rating it there. But hold on one second. Let's go ahead and bring it up here. Boom! Spiritwalker actually was released in South Korean film, and is directed by Jae-geun. And I apologize if I said that wrong. And you were saying, Matt, that it looks like this was his first action movie.
Yeah, because he did another movie called, give me a second, right here.
Let me go
Heartbeat.
ahead and what's up?
It's called Heartbeat.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's action. Let me double check. Yeah, it looks like more of like a thriller type movie. So yeah, this was like his first like action movie.
Full in action. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let me mention the plot synopsis here because it doesn't really spoil. Because some plot synopsises on IMDb do spoil.
Yeah.
What the movie's about. But
I feel like you gotta go into this movie fresh.
So, a fantasy action film that revolves around a man who loses his memory and subsequently wakes up in a new body every 12 hours. There we go. Not really spoilers, because you can get that from the trailer in a way. Try to figure out what's going on. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me see who else is here. Okay, all right, let's keep on rocking and rolling here. So, right off the bat, I'm just really intrigued, like, what's happening?
Me too. And I kept catching up. Like, at first, I'm like, are they doing what I think they're doing? Because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Like, when he's looking in the mirror, I was like, it looks weird. And then I was like, well, I am right. And then I was like, oh, they're really doing it. Okay. And they're just going with it. Like, they don't stop and tell you what's going on, which I liked about that.
Yes. And that's definitely one of the positives of the film is they don't spoon feed you every 5 seconds what's happening. Like they actually trust the intelligence of the audience, and they just throw you in. I mean, eventually later you can kind of figure out what's going on and start guessing until the big reveal of what's happening. But
that's where my complaints come in actually a little bit.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, all right. All right, so we'll get into it. But yeah, we have our character. I'm not even going to say the characters' names because that could potentially spoil the movie. But yeah, we'll get into our at least our main protagonist here. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, you're with him, which I like. I love being with the protagonist. I never liked being ahead of the protagonist or being behind. But we're with him the whole time. Like we're figuring
Yeah.
out as he
He's
does.
like, "What the fuck?" I'm looking in mirrors, reflections, and that is not me. That is
Yeah,
not me. And he doesn't even know who he is too. So that makes it even worse. You know. Yeah, and so the pretty much the meat of the film is him trying to figure out who he is and why. Because at first it got a little bit more confusing later when
yeah,
you see him. When he first looked into the reflection, he saw somebody else, and then later it happens like a couple of more times,
and they do
and
it so subtly too. At first, because at first I'm like, I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. It's like, is that
yeah,
him?
yeah, and it's like a totally different character, and then later in the movie it happens again with a totally different character, and especially with this guy,
Yeah, yeah.
poor guy, this guy, man, I feel sorry for this dude, but yeah, I was just like, dude, how many people, like, what is going on, right? But that's what's intriguing about the first half of the film is you trying to figure out what's happening.
I love the pace in the first half because it just keeps forward. I hate to use that again, but it just like I was with it and it wasn't stopping, and I felt like the momentum was just good. Every scene I was like, oh my god, they're doing it.
Yeah, and I love a lot of the visuals, especially when
he finds out.
He sits in the coffee room, the coffee house, and the visuals were, especially this scene right here in the bathroom.
Love this scene.
This was phenomenal how they did the camera transition and swinging around the actors and how they kept that going with the reflection and everything was really, really great visuals. And I was like, oh,
spoils. It was a good setup towards the end.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much the meat of the movie, guys, is our guy trying to figure out who he is. Why does he keep seeing himself into different people? And my favorite character of the movie, we're going to talk about Croquette now. We're going to talk about
the
Croquette.
Dialogue every time. It made me laugh.
Yeah. We
like, you are you, I'm me, not you. I'm just like, I don't get it, but I get it at the same time.
Who's on first base? It was like one of those when they were going back and forth with their dialogue. But our main character is kind of just giving up, and he's just like, I don't know what's happening, man. And he earlier in the film he finds himself wounded, and when he's lying next to his vehicle, Croquette, right in the beginning of the film, comes across and calls the ambulance, and he kind of remembers him kind of helping him. But what you find out later is Croquette was there, try to make some money. He stole that black box out of the vehicle.
Yeah,
you find that out later. But he first meets Croquette here. He just kind of wanders in. He's just kind of giving up, like, because anybody would think they're losing their mind at this point. What is happening? And it's kind of funny. Their dialogue back and forth, and it's just really, really, really hilarious. And he ends up calling him. He's like trying to help him remember something about himself. So he brings out all these desserts.
yeah, I remember that.
And he takes the croquette one, and the guy picks the corn dog. So he calls him corn dog. The main character calls himself corn dog later.
Yeah, and that was great because every time something happens, he tells him, "I'm corn dog," and then it's like, oh,
it's hilarious, man.
So everything like that set up. I love the setup and payoffs in this movie because everything you think is not important comes back later.
Right. Oh, we got Bring Back the Mohawk in the house, and Ruckus. We're starting the Ruckus, and we got Shogun letting us know Freddy's Nightmares is on. The series is on Tubi. I don't know. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, I do actually. I remember the what's his name? Freddy Krueger intro every time.
Yeah, some goofy intro. But yeah, Tubi's been a lot of fun recently. But back to Spirit Walker here. All right. So now we get introduced to this character here.
Yeah, she was bad. I liked her. I liked how they handled her too with the fight scenes and stuff.
I liked her at first.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, she knows how to handle herself. She's badass. And all we're gonna say is she's a love interest of someone.
she digresses. Like she starts off so strong. You're like, okay.
Yes, and then dude, she's just like completely useless towards
getting thrown around everywhere.
In the middle of the movie, towards the end, she was like a punching bag.
Like, I kept saying, like, get out of here. You're not helping the situation.
Yeah, she's like, and I was kind of actually annoyed with the character because the second half of the movie, I was annoyed because she kept getting in the way. Like, just
like she's trying to help. It's like
I know she's trying to help, but she just keeps getting in the way and keeps getting beat up, man. And I was just like, dude, what happened to all the badass skills? Like, she's the rest of the movie was this. She was badass right in the beginning. Like you didn't want to fuck with her. I ain't fucking with her. And then it was just constantly getting beat up.
It was realistic, like a woman versus a guy fighting. Like I felt it was believable.
Yeah,
like it was hard for her, but she was capable. And then in the movie, she didn't even get any hits in. She just got thrown around.
Like it was just like. She is a badass agent, who's been trained.
Even the music and stuff is like,
and then like the later half of the movie, it's just like she just keeps forgetting. Maybe she lost her memory too. She's forgetting years of martial arts training. I was like, what is happening? Anyway, that was a little annoying because I was tired of seeing her get beat up. Like I was just like, okay, you're getting beat up again. Like without spoiling anything, do you know what scene I'm talking about later? Where she's fine standing next to a vehicle.
Yep.
Because the guy says, stand over there. We're gonna take care of. We're gonna handle it. And she's fine standing next to a vehicle.
And then the guy gets out of the car. And then
you don't even see her get hit. You just see her pass out. She's just standing next to the vehicle, and then they show the main character, and they cut back to her, and she's just already.
Oh, that scene, yeah. And then I'm thinking of another scene too, where it was like I think it was a flashback, but she goes next to the car, and then the guy gets out, and like I saw him right as he pulled up, and I'm like, that's the antagonist.
Even her friend was like, you're out of your league. What are you doing? But there's a reason what she's doing, and she has good intentions. But still, I was tired of seeing her constantly getting her ass kicked. Like back and forth, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
She gets beat up, she defends herself, beats up the other dude, back and forth. That's fine.
Or she does something like she gets beat up, but she does something to prevent the guy from getting to the thing.
It just constantly she just became a damsel by the end. I
didn't like that either. Because at first I thought they were gonna be partners. And
let's go.
I'm like, I want to see this movie. Like she's got to help him, like remember and the movie sets up that she can handle herself with weapons and in combat, but no, she's a damsel. Fuck it, she's Mary Jane by the end of the movie. So that's a negative. But we have our main character. The lead was great. I liked him a lot.
Oh yeah, he was great. Trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
At first, they kept switching it, so I was like,
"Who's the lead?
Like, who's the lead?" And I hope it's this guy. Yeah. And then they switched to another guy. I'm like, he's pretty badass. That would work too. But they kept cutting back to him. I'm like, okay, this is the guy that knows how to handle himself.
This dude right here. Yeah, this is the guy.
And I like the wardrobe, like the clothing that he was wearing the whole time.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was a good actor in the film as well. So let's see. We got Nina Lusig all the way from Germany here. He says, me as an actor, when I read the script and constantly get my ass whooped, I would tell the director. I know. Nina.
Yeah, it's like Eco and Triple Threat, where I felt like he was a punching bag of that movie. I'm such an Eco fan that I was like,
I know. Did he even get one hit on Michael Jai White? I don't know.
And Scott Adkins, you didn't get any.
Did you see my interview with Jesse V. Johnson?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you could
He's one of my
tell
favorite directors. I reach out to
he's
him all the time.
phenomenal, man. He's phenomenal. But you could tell when I mentioned Triple Threat, you could tell he's just like because I heard there was so much interference outside of
Yeah,
one film in that movie that like really hurt it.
yeah,
And you
it
could,
was delayed as
yeah,
well.
yeah. This is all kinds of, and then reshoots and like, you know, to give Tiger Chen more screen time, and then he had to change the script again, and like it sounded like a pain in the ass for Jesse.
I
But
know
it's
that's
all
why
it's all
I
good.
defend that movie though. I was like,
No,
that's
it's
hard to get
entertaining.
everyone together, and it's aged better. I think the expectations were through the roof when I first saw it.
Yeah, for sure. Um, but my expectations for Spirit Walker were pretty high too.
Yeah,
So we're gonna find out if it exceeded my expectations or at least met it.
I'm
Uh,
curious.
yeah. Let's see here. All right, so we're back to our, you know, our main lead trying to figure out who he is and what's going on and what happened to him and why he appears into other people's bodies for a temporary amount of time, which I thought was interesting. The whole he had 12 hours before he ended up switching again.
Yeah, I loved how they did it without like VFX. It was just basic. I mean, the first shot they used a little VFX, but still they
Yeah.
used with practical. But they just did it with film techniques like editing, close up of the watch.
Yeah.
And the acting, like.
Yeah, it was very, very well done. All right, but let's jump right into our first fight. Here was the altercation we had in the apartment here. Because he's there to try
I
to get
was so
information.
happy because at this point I'm like, I love the story, but where's the action?
Right. So I want your honest thoughts on this fight scene in the apartment complex.
So at first I thought when he switched to bodies that he had the skill of the body that he was in. So that person in that fight doesn't look like he can really handle himself. So I was like, oh, and at first he's losing. So I was like, oh, that's cool. How is he gonna get out of this? That's where I thought the girl was gonna come in and be a badass and save the day. But then he kind of snaps and then it becomes a fair fight. And I actually like the choreography. It felt like Bourne, but without the quick edits.
Yes, and especially once he started to fight back, the guy in the black outfit right here is like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I love that.
He's like, "Dude,"
I like that guy too. He was good.
He's like, "I'm kicking this dude's ass so easy, and now I'm like getting fucked up." Like, wait a minute. Like, his face expression. He was like, "What?
Where did that come from?"
Wait a minute. What's going on? I love here's the positives and negatives of this fight. The positives is I love the fight choreography of it's very fluid of the movement. I love the camera angles, perfect. It shows all of it. It's so good. But for some strange reason, I was like, it was weird. It felt like they sped it up.
Yeah,
and
they did.
And I'm like, why?
It was like that movie. What was it? Rira on Netflix?
Okay, I haven't seen that.
The one with the Mad Dog at the end.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one.
Well, the choreography is amazing, but I feel like it's just sped up, and there's a way you can do that gradually. Like I speed up some of my fights a little bit.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
You have to make it natural. You just can't put 200 or 150 on Final Cut Pro and then we go.
Is this considered under cranking or?
Yeah, it's under cranking. It looked like you just sped it up in post. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, because I am getting old, so my eyesight isn't as good as it used to be. But I don't remember the fight in the trailer, the same exact fight. I don't remember it being sped up.
Sometimes maybe it was after they did that, or the trailer. Maybe they did for the trailer, like you had it slower and then they made it faster.
It doesn't. And some of the greatest martial arts movies of all time have hints of undercranking in them.
Yeah, and I like Legend of the Wolf. I love Legend of the Wolf. It's
that's like you feel like you're on speed.
I know.
Watching
it's a stylistic choice.
Legend of the Wolf. It's just insanity, but that kind of it makes the movie kind of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just. I think that's why it was a little distracting for me, because when you watch the trailer, I don't really remember it being that same fight. I don't really remember it being sped up a little bit, and what it reminded me of another action film from South Korea that I really loved. I really liked it a lot. I like this more than Spirit Walker, and it's called Deliver Us from Evil, which you can also watch on the Haya app, as well as Spirit Walker. Everybody watching right now, if you want to know how to watch these for free, you can just purchase Haya, and it's only like
7-day trial too.
It's only like $2.99. Yeah,
it's
really
free trial.
cheap. Yeah, you do have a 7-day trial, but yeah, Deliver Us from Evil has the kind of action and violence that I crave, and I really enjoyed it. But there were a few combat moments in that had the undercranking, and it was to the point where it was kind of distracting. And I really hope, the only reason I'm bringing up Deliver Us from Evil, I really hope this is not a new style that South Korea is going to be adapting, and all of their fight scenes are
and like I always hearing like
thing.
I always hear in fight scenes, it's like it needs to be faster, and I'm like, well, be realistic fast, I guess. Like John Wick is not the fastest thing in the world, you know. Keanu Reeves is not, you know, he's not Neo anymore. He's a little bit older, but it's believable. I believe that this guy is doing it, and that should be what it's about, not just speed it up for the sake of just speeding it up.
Yes. It just kind of took me out of some of the hand-to-hand combat fights in Deliver Us from Evil. Still love the movie. Still highly recommend it because it's badass. The shootouts are good and stuff. But like, it's weird because sometimes undercranking is completely fine and it works. And we're from the 80s, son. Okay.
Yo, Hong Kong
cinema did that shit.
Moon Lee movies, they do it crazy. Moon Lee movie, I love it though.
Yeah, but it's like it's like you can tell, but it's not distracting. Is the point I'm trying to make? It's not distracting to where this was just very weird because you see them move normally at first, and then once they start brawling, it's like, whoa, who hit the fast forward? What happened? Right? So at least the fight choreography was good. At least the camera work was great, and the editing was good, like you said.
Yeah, that's the thing. At least, like, imagine if you had undercranking but quick edits. That would be.
So we have a balance here, like where I can kind of forgive it.
Like the last Resident Evil movie, I forgot the name of it. I didn't even see it, but I saw the fight scenes, and it's sped up, but it's cut so quick. Like there's like
the last Resident Evil movie.
Not the last of the Millie Joe.
Oh, you're talking about Final Chapter.
The Final Chapter,
that was fucking terrible. Yeah.
That's when undercranking and quick editing don't work together.
Yes, and bad editing.
Yeah.
Bad editing. So, yeah. Neenan says it's probably an artistic choice. I can see that. I just don't want that to be a thing. Because the South Korean action films, they're some of the greatest action movies you will ever see in your entire life.
Man from Nowhere.
Man from Nowhere, right?
Old Boy.
Yeah, Old Boy. You don't want to see this become a thing. So hopefully it's once in a while we're playing around and having fun, but I don't want this to be every single fight scene. So that's just my little nitpick. I wanted to get.
I wanted to be a little bit long too. That first fight scene. Like I liked it, but I'm like, oh, I want more. But I was like, okay, this is a setup fight, so I thought the pace was gonna actually pick up from there. And
yeah, it kind of just died off. Like when they went at it right here. It just kind of just like, oh, we're done.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, because I thought this was like, okay, this is the second act, so things are gonna get more interesting. And it kind of went back to the plot, and at that point, that's where I figured out the plot. So I was kind of like, okay, let's get to the end. Like, let's get to the action. Like the setup is amazing.
Right. Oh, so you already figured out the plot from here?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you.
At first I was behind because I told you earlier I was not sober when I watched it, which I think helped because I went with it. I was like, I'm going with this story.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's funny. But yeah, we have our lead. We keep the story going. They escape out of the apartment complex, and our lead is picking up the badass agent / damsel character. And he's trying to let her know what's going on. And
I actually like this scene because it's a car chase and they're doing exposition during the car chase.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But she's like he's letting her know, look, I switch bodies twice a day at noon and midnight. It was so quick too. It sounded so ridiculous to a sane person, that he might as well just said it was Fred Krueger. Fred Krueger came after us and killed them. You know, no one's gonna believe you, right?
It's basically
but,
like it's like the script. It's like just go with it.
yeah. But of course, she gets out of that car later. She's like, "I'm out," you know. But yeah, it was very interesting dynamic, and we're not going to spoil what happens with those characters later.
Yeah, it's hard talking about this movie without spoiling it.
I know. Investigations continue. A little bit more intensity. Some of the chase scenes, I wanted more of them. I enjoyed.
Yeah,
them.
they were good. I love the cinematography in this whole movie. It's amazing.
Oh yeah. But I love that scene where he just jumps over the bridge to off the higher street to the lower street, and then it's like amazingly shot, and then right after that, one of the thugs drops right behind him.
I
was like, oh shit.
And there was another scene. I love the music because it's so subtle throughout at the beginning. It's so subtle.
Yeah.
It's like it's ambient almost.
Yeah. So far, everybody watching, we're talking about a lot of positives here. You know,
I try to talk about the positives because you know, as a filmmaker, I don't like criticizing other people's work because as long as there's a vision, I'm happy. Like I love Miami Connection just because I can see the passion in that movie.
It's amazing.
They just didn't know what they were doing, but the passion's there, and I love that. I hate movies that feel like studio movies are just, you know, carbon copy movies or just formulaic movies. I don't like that.
That hint of generic, that stink of generic just doesn't go away.
I was telling my friend the other night because I just heard Doctor Strange, and I was like, my worst critique for a movie is it's okay, mediocre. I'd rather a movie be like really bad or really great.
Right. Well, you're gonna enjoy my review or the spoiler discussion. Just go to the spoiler discussion. You'll have fun because you'll laugh. You'll enjoy the spoiler discussion. We got a shout out here from Champ Blaze. You know, what's up, PhatSamuraiGuy, and keep forward.
What's up, man?
There you go. But yeah. Let's go ahead and get back to Spirit Walker here. But yeah, some cool stuff. I like the little throwdown we had in the car.
I love car fight scenes.
I was hoping it was longer, but the context of the movie wouldn't have allowed it to be longer.
Yeah,
because there was cops outside, like across the street. So you couldn't have this big, huge like the Raid 2 fight or nothing like that, you know. But yeah, some good stuff here. But you know,
actor too plays that guy. He was good.
Oh yeah, for sure. These were like perfectly casted people characters to where you didn't want to fuck with these dudes.
No, and like when you switch them to the body, you're like, oh, I like this guy anyway.
Right. All right. So now, again, without spoiling anything, later in the film, we have hints of betrayal. Yeah. We have hints of what else? What are the words I'm looking for without spoiling what happens?
Vengeance,
betrayal. That's it. Vengeance and betrayal. Hints of that. We will not tell you what's going on here because that's spoilers.
And this I love this reveal. This was great. And this is when I thought the movie was going to just go crazy. And it did a little bit, but I thought it was just gonna go off the rails. Like kind of like No Tears for the Dead.
That's a pretty good action flick, right?
Yeah, it starts out slow, and then that last act is just nonstop, which I love.
Yeah. When the shit hits the fan towards the end of this scene here, I was like, "Woo, that's fucking great! Let's go!" Right? That's how I felt at the time. But let's keep talking without spoiling anything else. All right, thoughts of. Let me see. Thoughts. I almost spoiled it right here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thoughts of this character, Matt.
I liked him at first. I really did. I loved like the first act.
Almost spoiled it.
I know. Yeah. But the first half, I was like, I like him.
But you want to fuck with him.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I can't wait.
Look at me. Don't look at me when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Or when you talk to me.
He just had this every time he was on the screen, I was just like, he's a badass. And then when he shoots that guy, the way he does it, like there's a little smile and just boom. I'm like, this guy.
And yeah, he was like very serious and intimidating. Like you did not want to fuck with this dude. And then on the third act of the finale, he
loses it.
There's a reason why he loses it, but it was kind of
I didn't like it.
It kind of felt like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That he just went crazy
and kind of compromised himself.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was
kind of like the girl. It's like the girl in that first fight was amazing, and then as the movie goes, she digresses. But same thing with the bad guy. I felt like at the beginning, I'm like, wow, it's hard not to spoil it.
I didn't. You did
he's
it.
A badass. He's a badass. And then at the end, he becomes a crazy guy.
Yeah. But yeah, it was because the actor's a good actor, so it was still entertaining.
Yeah,
to see him insane.
I even said that. I'm like, he's good. He's still good.
But it felt like what happened. Like because the one guy mentions the condition or what's wrong with him.
Okay.
Right? But it's like he kind of fucks with him, and then that's when he gets shot.
Yeah.
Right. But like the whole entire movie, you didn't see that. You didn't see any addiction issues.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie, like maybe if they
it kind of just came right there. Like now we're gonna write this into it. Like if the first scene you saw him real quick doing that, it's like okay, he has a problem. But
like really quick, he does a little something.
That's where there was no setup for that.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why it feels a little jarring that he's just insane now, but still entertaining to watch. All right, so let's get to the finale. Were you satisfied?
I just wanted it a little bit sooner.
Right?
Because like I said, I liked the pace of the first half, and then it kind of slows down a little bit. And then I thought it was going to be action-packed, but it didn't quite. And then that final scene was so good, I was like, I wish there was a little bit more of that earlier.
Yeah. Those that want to see this movie, the finale throwdown, scratches the fucking action itch. You will be satisfied. Clips from the finale is what brought me to the dance, was what made me really want to watch this movie, because this is some really good shit, guys.
And I want more of her. She was badass.
Yes, more of her.
I thought the girl was gonna fight her. Actually.
That probably would have been better than this the whole goddamn movie for the rest of the thing. But yeah, you guys, action movie junkies, you will not be disappointed.
They did a good job early in the movie. That scene where they're walking in the mirror, I was like, I hope there's an action scene in this location because it's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and props to the director especially being his first big action thriller. Big props in terms of the camera work. How everything flowed from room to room during all this.
It was like a dance.
Yeah, it was great.
Hey, I like that it felt a little bit like John Wick, but it felt like they were doing their own thing too. It was just like carbon copy.
Yes, especially for that camera work for sure, and going from room to room and all that was really cool. So huge props to the stuntman and everyone involved.
And the choreography too. He goes with the gun. I was like,
and again, when we got to this fight, you noticed what was awesome about it. I didn't notice the undercranking.
No, this scene was great. Like it felt good. It was sped up, but it was sped up like naturally.
Right. It wasn't distracting undercranking. It was natural undercranking.
Yeah.
The director learned as while filming.
It's kind of like I always tell my friends, like, Timo, if you watch Headshot to like Night Comes for Us, every fight gets better and better in those two movies.
Oh yeah. Even within Headshot,
the first fight scene till the end, you're like, wow, they improved every fight scene. Then Night Comes for Us, he takes it to 11, and then 12, and then 13.
Gotta love that movie, man. Neenan says that this film has a 93% critics rating. Well, we don't we don't trust the critics' ratings needed. What does the audience rating say? I'm curious what the audience has to say about it. But yeah, I mean, come on. Is it really that bad episode series that I do here on the channel? That's all. That's all to basically throw it back in the critics' ratings face. It's like, really? Is it really that
There's so
bad?
many movies I love that
Dude,
critics hate.
Blade on Rotten Tomatoes is at a 44%.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Critics rating for Blade. And I think Blade 2 are in the 40s.
Well, I remember you the other day you were talking about how Empire Strikes Back had bad reviews from critics when it came out.
Oh yeah, it's funny. In Scarface, all that stuff was panned. The Thing, John Carpenter's The
Yeah,
Thing.
so I would trust critics. They get paid to do that. So
Right. But still interesting information Neenan brought to us, though. That's pretty cool. But I mean, it's nice to know people like the movie because this is a good film.
yeah, and like film is subjective. If it speaks to you, it speaks to you. And yeah, that like the action scenes in this movie, I watched a couple of times just to study because it's just amazing.
Yeah. And were you satisfied with the end result of the film? How it ended? How did you feel?
It was different. I love the ambition. It was something new, and it made me go, "Whoa!" Especially that first half. I'm like, "Are they doing it? Oh, they're doing this. Cool." And
right.
I just, I wanted a little bit more for me personally.
Yes, we're right here, man. We're right here because I was just like, oh shit, it's about to go down. No,
at one point I'm like, I'm buying this on Blu-ray. I'm gonna find this on Blu-ray. That's when I know I really love a movie. But then towards the end, I'm like, I will watch it again, but I won't buy it on Blu-ray.
Right. You got the high app.
Yeah,
$2.99. Watch it how many times you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel the exact same way. It wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. After gushing over the trailer.
Yeah.
However, still very, very well done. Very very entertaining. And I recommend it.
Yeah, I totally. I told people go in fresh. Like my friend was asking me about it. I said, just go in fresh.
We can at least spoil this. If you're thinking Spirit Walker and the guy jumping into other people's bodies, believe it or not, it's not supernatural.
It's grounded.
It's actually, again, we're not spoiling anything. You could say there's a fantasy elements to the movie.
There is.
If you want to call
Spiritual,
it a fantasy action thriller.
With a little bit of spiritualism in it, I guess.
Yeah, it's just not like you said, it's grounded in a way.
Yeah.
What it kind of makes sense in the movie of what when it's revealed how he's able to do what he was able to do.
It sets up its own rules and it stays with them. That's what I appreciate it about, because there's a lot of movies that break those rules. Like,
I just want to mention, because some people thought that this was like a paranormal movie. I was just like, I don't know about that, because we're leaning towards horror. I would say more fantasy
action.
Yeah, fantasy action. Yeah. But yeah, more of this for sure. I would have given it a definitely a higher rating. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Was there anything else we missed that you liked or didn't like you want to talk about? For the
the film techniques were amazing. Script. I kind of like that. I noticed a trend recently that since the pandemic, a lot of movies are doing more like, parallel universe type stuff, like different types of films, like escapist films, which I think is interesting.
Copy that. Let's see. And one more shout out to the best character in the movie, Croquette. We'll give Croquette one more shout out, best character in the film. All right, let's go ahead and let's have some fun, and let's go ahead and rate this. If you want to use my system, Matt, we use the letters. C is average. What are you going to give Spirit Walker?
I would say on the film techniques, B+. It was great, but for me, subjectively, I would say C or C-.
Oh wow, below average.
A little bit.
Okay, look at that. Wow. I thought I was going to review the movie low. You're lower than me.
Basically, because like my thing is like, well, I buy on Blu-ray. That's like a high praise. If I buy on Blu-ray, that's a good praise. This I will watch on the app once in a while. Maybe I'll give it a second chance like next year, just to say, let me return to that.
Neenan, I changed to the letters since the beginning of the year, man. Anyway, Neenan's so busy working and being an actor and stuff, man.
Yeah,
he's busy. He's a busy guy. All right, I'm gonna give it a solid B.
Cool.
I think it. I wanted to give it an A minus. You know, I really wanted to go in and be like, Spirit Walker's the shit. I wanted to be like, I got to call all my homies. Spirit Walker,
like Extreme. When you told me about Extreme, that was a movie that I was like blown away. I was like,
yeah, that's right up our alley right there. But I think I did want more action. I did want more excitement. But I think by the time we got to here, it kind of averaged out.
True, yeah.
To me, for a B, which is not a bad review.
I think I was a little too hard. I'll give it, I think, a C. Actually, kind of convinced.
Give a C. Okay, all right. There you go. There we go. C and B, not horrible. B's actually pretty good. B's actually pretty good.
I recommend it.
Yeah, we recommend it. You guys may love it. You guys may give it an A plus. You never know.
Great. So that's what film is all about. It's subjective.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And I guess that's enough for today. We can go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out with us, Matt.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Rage Peaks at Night. That's right. It is coming. That's right. Second season, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check out the trailer. And we will be back again soon. Me and Matt are going to be doing a lot more videos, a lot more fight reactions, all that good stuff. And I got a fight reaction coming from your favorite martial artist of all time, Matt, Steven Seagal.
Oh, I never watched that. Never gets
your favorite of all time. I got a fight reaction coming with I just got to edit it and upload it. So coming soon, guys. We got some Seagal fun. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out with us, guys, and watching. And don't forget, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time, those samurais are hanging out with Kung Fu Santa himself, Rick Myers. So make sure you guys show up 5 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. He's going to talk about Ambulance, Uncharted, The Kingsman. We're going to hear his thoughts on The Batman. And we're going to talk about Moon Knight. Oh yeah. I can't wait.
I got to watch the finals still. I haven't watched it yet.
I can't wait to talk about Moon Knight. Yeah, so we're going to get into some stuff. But I wanted to do a video with Lady Fat Blood, but I don't think we have time. So you guys are probably going to hear me rant. Oh yeah, shout out to Neen and Lucic who made the artwork in the middle there. Thank you, my friend. Nice. He's very talented as well. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Matt, don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys at the next Movie Dojo episode. Take care, guys.
Keep
watching movies. Keep forward.